Stand, everybody.
I will.
Imagine working for a company 20, 30, or even 40 years with the promise of secure, reliable, and steady pension as part of your retirement plan. Now imagine that this promise of security in retirement is reduced sometimes dramatically because in America, our pension plans are going broke. Many hard-working Americans deserve the pensions that they were promised. Illinois Governor-elect Bruce Renier says, "I don't believe it's right to change the payments to retiree after they've already retired." ChicagoBusiness.com. I will be discussing a couple problems associated with pension plans. First, the funding gap. This is where the problem begins. Secondly, I will talk about companies and how their overpromises on benefits affect pension plans. According to Reuters.com, 15% of private employees offer pensions, and almost all public sector employees have pension plans. This affects many Americans, and they should know why it is happening and what to look out for. The good news is there are some common sense approaches that we can take that will make American pensions secure again. So first off, let's talk about the funding gap. A funding gap occurs when the benefits owed to current and future retirees exceeds the amount of money that the plan has stocked away to meet those obligations. AARP.org. Most assets in a pension are invested in the stock market, either the bond market or some other investing instrument that involves volatility. The tremendous downturn in 2008 helped in producing the current funding gap. Obligations to retirees stayed as promised as pension levels dropped due to the negative volatility in the markets. This gets me to my second issue that negatively affects pension plans, and that's the overpromising of benefits to employees. These promises to older retirees, coupled with many new retirees each year, stresses the plan and its ability to pay out promised benefits to its retired employees. An example of this issue is a retired firefighter in Central Falls, Rhode Island. This retired firefighter had his pension cut by over $1,100 per month. He based his retirement on the promise of a full pension and believed that it would be secure. The slashing of his pension resulted in his house being foreclosed on, and the pride of home ownership was lost. This story is from CBS News. This story is an example of unintended consequences of pension promises that cannot be met. All hope is not lost in fixing America's pension problems. America's pension funding gaps, as well as its promises that are overreaching, can be addressed over time with a disciplined, common sense approach. Researchers at Boston College project that if total contributions increase by just 2.2% of payrolls, state and local governments can pay off the total unfunded liabilities in just about 30 years. This is from the Center for Retirement Research at Boston College. Closing or freezing pension plans would only further deepen the problem and doom pension plans forever. Hard work and discipline are needed to fix pension plans in the U.S. A well-managed group pension plan is the most economical way to achieve retirement security. Positive outcomes can be reached if the problems are addressed and if governments, both state and local, along with private companies, are transparent and act swiftly to address the pension problem. Today, I've talked about the funding gap and how it affects pension plans, overpromising by governments, both state and local, and private companies, and how that affects both the pension plan and people's lives. Also talked about ways the pension plan system can be fixed. America's pension plans are broke, but I know with America's hardworking approach and attention, America's pension system will be fixed and working well for all hardworking Americans who have a pension plan.
How long did that take?